A legacy of Cold War-era waste disposal has left the North Atlantic seabed littered with aging containers of radioactive material that now constitute a growing environmental emergency. What was once considered a convenient solution, dropping sealed barrels into deep ocean trenches, has become a long-term hazard as corrosion, shifting sediments, and biological activity put those stores at risk of releasing radionuclides into marine ecosystems and, eventually, human food chains. Many of these barrels were dumped between 1946 and 1990 and were originally sealed with asphalt and concrete and placed thousands of feet below the surface in abyssal plains thought to be stable and lifeless. That assumption has been proven mistaken as researchers now treat these sites as unresolved environmental threats. Contemporary expeditions are motivated by the realization that ocean dumping was widespread and poorly monitored, leaving scientists to piece together where and how much material was abandoned decades ago. Recent mapping missions using high-resolution sonar and autonomous submersibles have begun to locate and document individual barrels, confirming both intact containers and ones that are corroded, deformed, or leaking bitumen-like material. So far, thousands have been found, while estimates of the total number dumped run into the hundreds of thousands. These modern surveys are the first step toward quantifying the scale of contamination, sampling surrounding sediments, water, and biota, and establishing baselines for longer-term monitoring and potential remediation. The principal danger is bioaccumulation. Radionuclides such as strontium-90 and cesium-137 can be taken up by plankton, shellfish, and fish and then magnified up the food chain to humans, raising risks of tissue damage, genetic mutations, and higher cancer rates for exposed populations that rely on seafood. Early field measurements aboard research vessels have sometimes shown background-level radiation near survey sites, but laboratory analyses of collected samples are ongoing and the long-term ecological and public health consequences remain uncertain, making precautionary attention urgent. Addressing this mounting crisis requires coordinated international action that combines expanded seabed surveys, transparent public reporting, targeted sampling programs, and research into feasible containment or retrieval techniques, with priority given to protecting coastal communities and fisheries. Immediate steps include scaling scientific expeditions, funding independent testing of seafood near affected regions, and negotiating a shared policy framework for deep-sea legacy pollution, because the choices made now will determine whether this buried hazard remains contained or becomes a source of harm for millions.